There are rivalries in WWE. And then there's a war, a rivalry so intense, it blurred the line between fiction and reality. The Undertaker, the dead man, the legend who defined an entire generation. And Brock Lesnar, the beast incarnate, the man who fears no soul. When these two collided, it wasn't just a match. It was personal. This is the story of how two of the most dominant forces in WWE history became enemies, and why their rivalry still sends chills down every fan's spine. It all began in 2002. Brock Lesnar was a new monster in WWE, young, powerful, and unstoppable. He had destroyed The Rock, Hulk Hogan, and every legend that dared to stand in his way. But one man wasn't impressed, The Undertaker. When they met for the first time, the atmosphere was electric. The dead man, who ruled WWE for over a decade, now stood face to face with the new generation's beast. Their match at Unforgiven 2002 ended in chaos. Steel chairs, broken tables, blood. This was not just a match. It was a war of pride. But behind the curtain, tension was real. Undertaker believed Brock still had to earn respect in the locker room. Brock, on the other hand, wanted to prove that he was the new ruler of WWE. From that moment, a silent hatred was born. Their rivalry intensified at No Mercy 2002, inside the Hell in a Cell. That night, both men bled, both men suffered. But in the end, Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker clean. For the first time, fans saw the deadman broken, crawling in pain, while Brock stood on top of the cell, raising his WWE Championship like a conqueror. And that's when things changed. Undertaker, a man known for his respect and dominance, had been humiliated. Backstage, the tension was thick. Sources say Undertaker didn't speak to Brock for weeks. He was furious, not just about losing, but about how Brock carried himself after the win. For years, their rivalry went silent, until destiny brought them back together again. Fast forward to April 6, 2014, WrestleMania 30. For over 2 decades, The Undertaker was undefeated at WrestleMania. 21 matches, 21 victories. No one had ever beaten him on the grandest stage of them all. Then came Brock Lesnar. The match was brutal, slow, and hard-hitting. But when the referee's hand hit the mat for the 3rd time, the world went silent. 21-1. Brock Lesnar had done the impossible. He ended The Undertaker's legendary streak. The crowd was in shock. Undertaker lay motionless, broken physically and emotionally. Even Paul Heyman's face said it all, disbelief. The dead man was dead. And in that moment, the rivalry became personal forever. Fans believed Undertaker's pride was shattered. Rumors spread that he didn't know Vince McMahon had chosen Brock to end the streak. Some said he felt betrayed. Others said he respected the decision but hated how cold it was. Whatever the truth, one thing was certain. The respect between the dead man and the beast had vanished. In 2015, Undertaker returned. And he had one mission, revenge. At Battleground 2015, he attacked Brock Lesnar mid-match, and the world erupted. Fans screamed, "It's not over!" Their next battle came at SummerSlam 2015. It was chaos. Brock suplexed The Undertaker like a rag doll, but the dead man refused to die. When the dust settled, Undertaker cheated to win, something he never did. It wasn't about honor anymore. It was about revenge. When Brock realized what had happened, he stood up, laughed in The Undertaker's face, and shouted, "You're gonna have to kill me." The Undertaker smiled through pain and whispered back, "You're gonna have to." It wasn't just a match, it was hatred. Pure, violent, and real. Backstage, their relationship was complicated. Both men respected each other professionally, but the scars of their matches ran deep. The Undertaker admitted in interviews that Brock's power was real, that his punches, his throws, even his energy in the ring felt different. Brock, meanwhile, never forgot the pain from those early battles in 2002 and 2003. He respected The Undertaker, yes, but he never feared him. Many WWE insiders have said that their rivalry was the closest thing to real animosity WWE had ever seen. Because every time they looked at each other, the history was real. The blood, the sweat, the broken bones, all of it was real. By 2020, The Undertaker announced his retirement. Brock Lesnar had already gone part-time, dominating UFC and WWE whenever he appeared. The war between them was over, but the story still echoes through WWE history. The streak that Brock broke will never return. The scars that Undertaker carried will never heal. And the silent rivalry between them will forever remain one of the most powerful in wrestling history. Today, when Brock's music hits, and the Undertaker's gong sounds, fans still feel that tension. Because deep inside, they know these two men were not just characters. They were warriors who truly despised each other at one point. The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, two names written in blood, not ink. Their rivalry was built on pain, pride, and power. They destroyed each other, respected each other, and in the process, created one of the greatest stories in WWE history. The streak may have ended, but the legend of their war will live forever. Because in WWE history, no rivalry ever felt so real, so violent, so unforgettable.